Hey 12s, buckle up! Something's changing in Seattle, and it's all or nothing now. The offense is looking brand new, packed with fresh talent, but the big question is, can it really click without the veterans who used to run the show? And on the other side, the O-line still feels like a game of Russian roulette, full of battles and question marks. What's really heating things up is the pressure, and it's coming from every direction, on and off the field. This shakeup could go either way. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications, because today we're talking straight, honest, and with the passion only a true 12 understands. Stick around till the end, because this is the real deal. Let's dive into the part that's both the most exciting and the most uncertain, Seattle's brand new wide receiver room. The page has officially turned. That offense that used to revolve around two familiar names? It's gone! Now it's all about building something new, with a mix of different skill sets trying to find chemistry in a system that's also brand new. And leading the way in this next chapter is Jackson Smith-Njigba. Heading into year 3, coming off a season with over 1,100 yards, he's stepping into a much bigger role. The challenge? Keeping up, or even leveling up, without the big names next to him pulling coverage away. In other words, he's the guy now. But he's not doing it alone. Cooper Kupp, one of the smartest, most technically sound receivers in the league, has joined the squad. He's had his share of injuries lately, but even if he's not putting up 1,900-yard seasons like in 2021, he brings leadership, elite route running, and could be clutch on third downs and key plays. Marquez Valdes-Scantling adds speed and deep threat ability, stretching the field and creating space underneath. And rookies Torrey Horton and Ricky White, despite being day 3 picks, have shown flashes of quickness and separation during off-season workouts. Now it's on OC Clint Kubiak to make this blend work. As Derek Klassen from The Athletic put it, I don't see a top 15 guy in this group, but I see useful pieces. You can build something solid here, but it's going to come down to scheme and execution. Translation? They may not have a superstar, but if the unit clicks, it can be dangerous. The real question is how Kubiak will draw it up, and how the QB, whoever it is, connects with this group. And speaking of connection, none of that matters if the offensive line can't hold it together. And yeah, that's still a huge red flag. Seattle ended last season with one of the worst protection units in the league, 54 sacks allowed, and a run game that ranked 28th in total yards. That says a lot. The team tried to address it in the draft, using its first-round pick on guard Gray Zabel. The plan is for him to start on the left side next to Charles Cross. Cross, by the way, is one of the few sure things up front. On the right side, the focus is on Abraham Lucas, a solid player, but with a worrisome injury history. He's missed 22 games over the last 2 seasons, and that kind of inconsistency is brutal for any line. At center, it's a battle between Olu Oluwatimi and Jalen Sundell. Olu started the final 8 games of 2024 after Connor Williams retired. He's strong in the run game, but still struggles recognizing blitzes and keeping the pocket clean. Sound familiar, 12s? This offensive line is starting to feel more like a chess match than football. Sundell, on the other hand, is turning heads and spraying ball with his lateral quickness and high-level awareness. Dave Wyman, former linebacker and Seahawks analyst, said it best, in the drills, it's clear these OL guys need to move side to side while keeping that vertical push. It takes a special kind of athlete. On the right side at guard, it's down to Anthony Bradford and Christian Haynes, but coach Mike McDonald made it clear nothing's set in stone. Guys like Sateo Alaume and rookie Bryce Cabaldo could easily jump in once the pads come on. McDonald's tone says it all, we've got a lot of competition. That means we've got real options, and that's exciting. Translation? No job is safe. Whoever fits the scheme best is gonna play. But with all these moving parts, the big question is, will this line be ready when the season kicks off? If you've made it this far, then you're a real one. So drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and help us grow this Seahawks family, because we've got more coming, and now it's time to talk future. It may feel early, but scouts and insiders are already mapping out what could come next for this team, and one name that keeps popping up is Utah offensive tackle Spencer Fano. In Matt Miller's latest mock draft on ESPN, he's got Fano as a possible top target for the Seahawks next year. But why? Because the right tackle spot, mostly due to Abe Lucas injuries, is still up in the air. Fano has played both left and right tackle in college, and some scouts believe he could even be a killer guard at the next level. He's got the size, strength, vision, and only gave up 1 sack in all of 2024. He fits the mold of today's O-lineman: mobile, smart, technically sound. But like Miller said, everything depends on how 2025 plays out. If Sam Darnold, or whoever ends up starting, doesn't deliver, the draft focus flips. Instead of building the wall, Seattle might have to go hunting for a new QB. And just like that, the whole plan shifts. So really, it all comes down to this season. Can this offense deliver? Will the protection step up? Can the run game take some heat off the quarterback? One thing's clear, the Seahawks are going through a serious transition, but there are reasons to be hopeful. The wide receiver room isn't stacked with superstar names anymore, but there's real potential for something greater as a group. The O-line remains a big question mark, but the team's going all in on young talent. And analysts are already watching the next moves, whether it's to protect the QB better or to find the next franchise leader. What'll shape it all? The 2025 season. That's why fans have to stay locked in through every training session, every battle for a roster spot. Because the foundation for this team's success is being laid right now, in July, in the middle of summer camp. But now it's your turn, 12s. Tell me, which part of this roster keeps you up at night? Is it the rebuilt receiver group or this O-line full of question marks? Do you still believe Cooper Kupp's got some gas in the tank and can be a difference maker? Or do you think it's finally time for JSN to take the reins and prove he can be the face of this offense? Hit the comments. I'm keeping an eye out and I want to hear what the 12s have to say. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss a thing happening behind the scenes in Seattle. This is 12's only content, real, raw, and filled with the passion that only this fanbase brings. Let's make some noise, 12s. The season's almost here, and the time to believe is now. Let's live every snap together, because this is what true passion looks like. Go Hawks!